Welcome back to our question segment. We have a live audience जिन लोग को हम लोग ने ऐसा खींच के बुलाया है. But still they have some questions that they want to ask. Yeah. Who wants to start?
Yeah, I'll start. What is the funniest thing in your life? Like funny as fuck, which you cannot forget and you still laugh when you think about it.
As in a moment?
Like a moment.
Like recently or what?
It can be anything, like anything she remembers maybe.
Funny things. Okay, I think I've been I get myself into an embarrassing stage quite often. So I can't think of one particular thing, but there was this one. Okay, embarrassing thing. Fine. Okay, there was this one performance that I had to do, and I had a very nice costume, and I was a good dancer apparently. Amongst the rest of the people. So I was put on the lead and I was high. Okay, I was high with the kind of attention that I had gotten.
I thought this was a confession.
No, I just felt very, very special. Don't know why really. I was not as immature then. But I was, so in the middle of the dance, my costume came off on the stage. So I was wearing a skirt and it came off and there was a huge audience in front of me. And I zoomies, dogs get zoomies, right? It was exactly like that. I flipped and I didn't know what to do. Should I continue dancing like that or should I just run away? I didn't know what to do. But yes, I panicked and I just ran from one side to the extreme other wing. There was a wing right there, but I wouldn't. I ran all across the stage. Everybody saw, everybody was laughing, and I went inside and there was a person who helped me out with some safety pin, something. There was the buckle got off or something, and I couldn't go out after that. I just cried over there because I knew I couldn't go outside and face that again. I'd already embarrassed myself enough. But yeah, that was actually very sad at that point. But if I think about it right now, it's one hell of a thing. Yeah, so I think that's something that came on top of my mind. That's all. I'm sure there are many more funny things that happened in life.
My turn.
Yeah, I know.
My turn. So, see, my funny story is from a very sadistic point of view because मेरे को ना अंदर से दूसरों को दुख होता है ना. Like I repeat this again and again. I might have the passion of Hitler, but not the same ideas. Think about it. So we had gone for this very एक RIP करके एक ट्रिप रहता है हम लोग का. Not what you think. It's called rural. क्या था रे? Rural
immersion program.
Rural immersion program where you have to go and stay in a school or somewhere in a village and shit. So it was 2 days का thing. 3 days 2 nights. First day सब बाकी के जब सो गए ना तो मेरा ना खुजली अंदर कि अरे द बॉयज का रूम इज एंड वी वर स्टेइंग इन अ स्कूल वेयर देयर वर ओनली 2 क्लासरूम्स. तो बॉयज का रूम वाज फिल्ड, एक लॉन्डे सब भरे पड़े. आई डिडंट वांट टू गो देयर एंड लड़के के रूम में क्यों जाके सोएगा. तो आई वाज लाइक आई हैड दिस ब्राइट आइडिया कि स्कूल का जो ऑडिटोरियम है ना, ऑडिटोरियम मतलब कैसा है, स्कूल है ऑडिटोरियम है, देयर इज नो रूम, इट्स ओपन. ओके, मैं बोला कि नहीं मैं आज इधर सोएगा बिकॉज मेरे को नींद आने वाला है नहीं. इन केस आ गया तो आई विल स्लीप हियर. यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड दिस इज डिसम्बर दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इन अ विलेज. इफ एनी फोटोग्राफर्स नो ना, यू नो दिस इज दिस थिंग कॉल्ड अ 1.2 अपर्चर. मैं सुबह उठा ना, 1.2 अपर्चर बेसिकली व्हेन यू फोन पे बोके मोड रहता है ना, पीछे का कुछ दिखता नहीं, कोई रियल लाइफ हुआ है. सुबह उठा, आई कैन सी माई फ्रेंड, नोबडी एल्स, एंड आई हैव नॉट स्लेप्ट ओके दैट नाइट. सेकेंड नाइट आई एम लाइक कि फक इट, आई एम लाइक कि मेरे को लड़कियों के कमरे में जगह दे दो, मेरे को खाली सोने का है. आई एम फकिंग टायर्ड राइट नाउ. आई हैव दिस थिंग दैट आई स्नोर अ लॉट व्हेन आई एम टायर्ड. I sleep. Next morning I wake up. 12 girls are looking at me. साले हरामी, तेरे वजह से सोया नहीं है हम लोग. Everybody is gone and complained about it कि sir, Mihir snores so much sir. We have not slept because of him. And that is what like was funny for me कि sadistic ना at the end. So task accomplished. Yes. I know it's a very depressing story for some people, but it's very funny for me. Okay. Second question. कवरेज चाहिए उसको क्या कर रहा है तुल्य
So, yeah, let the camera. Yeah.
So my question to you guys, we were talking before the take started that flirting and all. So what is your take on flirting basically? और लोगों को कैसे करना चाहिए, कैसे नहीं करना चाहिए from your perspective, because boys need to hear this, and boys, like, more than they want to, they should hear this, ki what is wrong, what is right, if anything is right, what is right. And you are
every time a guy meets a psychiatrist.
yeah
like a love guru
no, like you can tell us by your own experiences as well, like what are the bad experiences and what can be considered as a good flirt.
Right. I don't have a lot of experiences to start with, but okay, as like you said, in my experience, so there was this one person, okay, I met. So it was very weird. I had an accident, okay, and this random guy came, and it was like a bad accident. I had my foot bleeding completely.
Okay.
So I was traumatized by looking at my foot, and I was sitting on the side of the road. My two-wheeler was parked aside, and this guy came, and he's like, hey, "Are you fine? Are you fine?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And he said, "This is a garage number that I'm going to give you. You make sure that you talk to because my scooter was all crashed, okay, it was really, really bad. So he was like, I'm going to give you this number." So I'm like, okay. And he said, "Give me your phone." I'm like, "No. Why will I give you my phone randomly? I don't even know you." So he's like, "Okay, take it down." So I'm like, "Listen, I am right now not in the state of really talking to anybody. I'll just go home. And I'm just trying to find out what I can do right now with this because it's hurting a lot and this is not something that I want." So he's like, "But what are you going to do about your bike?" So I'm like, "Yeah, that's a problem, I know." So he's like, "I know a garage over here and I can help you out with it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, just give me the number. Don't help me with it, just give me the number." So I took down his number, okay, on the phone. And I'm like, "Okay, fine." He's like, "Okay, I'll leave you then." And he went and he asked me to save his number. I won't tell his name actually. It's anyway, he told me to save his number and I'm like, fine, I'll just do it. And later on, after I solved the entire issue and everything was fine, later on, I think around a year later, I was just going through my WhatsApp contacts, wanted to message someone, and I came across his name. And I was like,
Oh.
who is this person? I don't really remember. And then after like 2 or 3 months, I remembered, okay, this was something that happened. And
Why does it feel like an Abbas Mustan movie?
it was crazy. Now you see the escalation after this. I mean, it starts off very basic, but so I saw his number. I was not remembering the exact reason why I had the number. I just remembered that there was something that happened, and so I just messaged saying I have this number in my contact list and I just don't remember why. And it was very specific. I'd written accident after that. So I was like, okay, this is too creepy. And I just asked, what is the scene? So I asked him and then he made it turn into, okay, now that you have messaged me after a year, you owe me something because I helped you. So now coffee. I'm like, oh, what? How can it escalate so much? And I was actually, I couldn't help but laugh because 1 year, okay, 1 year, such confidence he had
But
that I would message him.
did it work?
It did work. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna, I can't just, come, like, go out with you randomly. And then he kept convincing me, okay, listen, it's nothing, let's not even consider it a date. Just meet and I just wanted to see if you're okay or not. and seemed to be a very decent guy, not like a very casual. So he's like, where do you live? And I'm like, I live in this area. And he's like, oh great, I can come by there very frequently. I don't know if it's true or not, but he said that. And then we actually met, cutting short the whole thing. After that we met, and we had a very good talk. Okay, he was a nice guy, but I was extremely disappointed when he started talking about how he loved smoking. I'm like, fine, it can be something that people like. So I was like, okay, I don't mind talking about it. And he started asking me, you are into psychology, right? Tell me that how smoking can be good for me and bad for me. So it became like a school lesson, okay, completely. And I was like, okay, why do you want to know? Because it's so subjective. Like, you can't tell people to just not smoke. I mean, it's not my place. And I don't even know this guy. And how am I going to, I was like, fine. I just told him what I feel about it. And he decided to take 4 to 5 breaks between us eating food at a place. Okay, so we ordered food. And then halfway through, he's like, okay, I need to smoke. I'm like, okay, we'll just finish up and then we'll go. He's like, no, I'll smoke. And then I said, fine, you can go. And then he said, no, you also come with me. I'll ask the waiter to keep the food closed. We'll go out and we'll smoke. And say, I don't smoke, and you can go and do whatever you want and come back again. So I was sitting there on the table for 15 to 20 minutes with food, and this person outside smoking, having chai in between. I was like, what the hell? I mean, it's such a bad mistake that I did, and I thought it was okay because he convinced me for such a long time, and I don't know, it just felt good at that point of time because it's funny. It was weird that how can a person get back to you after 1 year? So that is one funny thing, and that is, I think, the most creepy thing after,
So like you're saying,
most creepy thing that
it's not about smoking, but it's like, give attention.
Yeah, it's really not about smoking. I was okay with also, talking about it. I was fine. Like, if somebody thinks it's really important for them, then it's okay. And he's nobody to me. I can't say that, okay, listen, please, let's not. He was just going on, and then it just escalated. It was funny how it kept on going to some point, and I was like, when is it going to stop? When is it
I'll
going
tell
to
you
come
what
down?
happened. वो लोग रहते हैं ना, you know, the people who smoke weed, and then वो बात बताएंगे कि listen, I know it cures cancer. He just wanted that information. So when he goes with his friends ना,
He'll become the
please,
all-known.
मैं बता देता हूँ. ऐसा मस्त personality build होता है उससे.
A psychologist.
हाँ, एकदम
on a
सब.
date.
भाई मेरे को पता है मैं कितना
It's
ये.
too much. And then he went on to ask about my relationships and about what is, so that is one bad thing. You can't do that. I mean, what gives you the right to ask someone directly? Not even a couple of dates, it was just the first thing, not even a date. I don't know what it was. But immediately he was asking about...
You texted the guy for after almost an year out of total randomness, and then you talked on messaging, and then still you wanted to meet. So my next thing or next question is, our dates and relationships and companionships and friendships are too normal to be, हम लोग मिले और बातें करने लगे, और then we started a friendship, and this thing what happened with you is too abnormal. Like, you started talking about this a year later, or which started on a bleeding toe, which is, if you think about it, it is weird, right? You are talking to him after a year. So my question is, are people chasing weird because the normal companionship is too boring?
Very nice question.
He's gone again. He's gone deep
No,
again.
it's actually a very good question.
Exactly.
It is really weird, and it was... See, I knew things well in my mind when I was talking to this person, but sometimes you just flip. You just do something because you're like, what's the big deal? It's just one time that you're going to meet this person, and then it's up to you whether you'll meet him again or not, or whatever it is. Because it, like you said, we weren't friends, we weren't anybody. We were just two people who came across each other. We hadn't seen our face for a very long time until we actually met. So I was like, okay.
What do I have to lose?
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting how the entire story turned out to be. So I thought, I'm not that kind of a person usually. I am very, I haven't had big relationships before. I am in a relationship right now. I was in a relationship at that time also. But I thought it's fine. I'm just meeting this person. I'll get to know him, and it's okay. It can be like that.
You might make a friend.
Yeah, and I have this thing that, you know, I love to meet people. I love to talk to them, and I hate how people make it into a thing immediately. And that's what we discussed over there also. He was also saying, listen, I heard that you are in a relationship right now. So why did you come here to meet me? And I was like, it's my decision whether to who, I can meet anybody I want, and I don't need to take a check every time from the person I am in a relationship with whether I should go and meet this person or not. It was an interesting story. I did tell my boyfriend about it. We had a good laugh, and he's like, whatever, just meet him and come back again. We have that thing between us, and I never made it very evident that this was supposed to be a date. I never gave those hints. I was enjoying the conversation we had. He was actually, we talked about very, very good things, and I got to know a lot of things. He's a good, he had his own takes about a lot of things, and I like that. So it was good until then, but then I don't like how people jump to these, they give it a definition every time. What is this? What is this supposed to mean? Why do you have to rush it? Can't we just meet and talk and have coffee and discuss good things and, learn something and go back, have a good time and go back? Doesn't have to be like a thing, I can go out, have coffee, food with my sister, my brother, my friend, my boyfriend, or anybody, right? Unless and until there is a problem between me and my boyfriend that, no, this person doesn't sound good, and then it's okay. But who is he to ask me that? Who is he to make it into a thing? Who is he to force me to tell me what it is right now that we are doing? What is this? Are we going to meet again? What is this intense need to? So I think that is one thing that I don't like. When people push things on you immediately, when they, try to make it a thing. It's beautiful to meet people. I love it. I love people. I love to see them, to observe them, to talk with them, to understand them, to get to know what they feel. And I think that should be enough. Why is there a need to go always a step ahead and, take it into a direction every time?
Like they feel like it's a project.
Yeah, it's a thing. This was pretty clear that it was not a thing. It was not. It was just meeting and talking, and it was such a wild thing to do. Just turned out to be something. That's all.
It was, even through like a boy's perspective, it is kind of not normal. I won't say wild, kind of wild, but it's like it's not normal, and that's very interesting basically. So following up to that, I want the can. No, so there is this thin line, or maybe a very thick line between to be that person who wants to have a relation, who wants to talk to girls, or now somebody might think that you are meeting me for the first time or something that is happening. In your minds, okay, हम लोग ऐसे ही मिल रहे हैं, we'll see what happens. But the guy will be, or somebody else will be like, कि नहीं, I want something out of this. So there is very this thing कि now I don't want to be creepy about it in a first date or even first talk. That's what I was talking about, flirting. So how should one?
You want to know the exact line of ki baba, not too creepy and
Right.
not too normal.
Exactly, right. The people the people who you are talking to should know that what you're doing. और वो creepy भी नहीं होना चाहिए, या फिर ऐसे ही नहीं होना चाहिए कि like he's a gone case. I don't know. So where do you draw this line, or what do you think is a good conversation starter when you are looking for a relationship or a more than friendship, basically, whatever that may be?
Okay, this is for me, right?
Yeah.
I can't give a generic thing because I'm not experienced. Like I said, I usually one thing I want to make clear, when it comes to me flirting, when I want to flirt, I mess up big time. I don't know what to say, and then I've realized that, so I've just given up on it. I am just me. I am just the way I am, and then it's that.
And for your information, most of the boys are like this.
Who are you
even
talking
more
about?
than
Who
girls.
are you talking about? Ek minute.
In my
Not you,
experience,
me.
boys
I
call
know,
me-
I know.
Please. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak out.
Okay, so for I think for me it has always been about being able to talk comfortably with someone to be very important, and it should not be very, very superficial. It should not be very extreme also, like the conversations you have. They should be easygoing, they should be casual, they should be there should be humor. It's I really like people when they are funny. I love to, because I am not that humorous a person, and I love to take it. I love to take humor in any kind of manner. I love it. So that is one important thing I feel, and to keep it light initially.
See, don't become Aparna from Indian matchmaking.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
That's one horrible show. Yeah. So
No pickup lines. Like no one-liners. Maybe I don't know.
and
Do the one.
it's really
Let me add.
it's actually it's an art, I think, because it's hard for people to come up with such good one-liners, and I really appreciate when people do that
And not be creepy.
and not be creepy, because I think it's sweet. I think it's sweet if someone just comes up to you and says that I really like you. It's nice. I don't know.
Like, don't say ki, is your dad a terrorist because you are the bomb.
Oh damn.
That is too creepy.
That is creepy and
That is-
cringy at the same time.
हाँ.
Yeah, I have a question to Mir. Like, what do you think is a good pickup line? And what you would use?
Please go to pickup line.
Come on.
See, I'll tell you, there are no such thing as there are certain pickup lines that will work. See, at the end of the day, you have to think कि you're talking to a friend.
Okay.
अभी मैं तेरे से बात करेगा, will I be like कि नहीं सुसन, मेरे पास ना ये है, मेरे पास ये वो है, मेरे पास ये गाड़ी है, मेरे पास ये नहीं है ना. It's like that, dude. If a girl wants to be in a relationship with you, she'll be in a relationship. Forget relationship. She'll go on a date with you because you are relatable, because you are like a friend. So don't be superficial. And see, when you are talking to a friend, now when you have that thought process that you are talking to a friend, now वो automatically आ जाता है. Listen, अरे कि I'm very flirty. ऐसा बीच में से ऐसे पिकअप लाइन आ जाएगा. That dude.
I think it should be a little easy kind of conversation to start with, and then it's nice. I mean, I like people when they discuss about various kinds of things when they are on a date, and it should not be just about the surface level talks that we have. की मग काय करतेस आणि मग घरच्यांचं कसं काय, घरी काय करतात, आणि what happens around in like your world, your friends, your family, you. There should be a little more that should be explored, things that are worth discussing.
Like, I think there's a silver lining. Ki don't, in the sense, don't be very ki me, but don't ask her personal questions also.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, it will happen eventually, right?
Huh.
If you're going to be in a relationship with a person, it has to be a process. It can't just happen one day. You can't just go to a person and be like, okay, let's do this or whatever. I don't know. You need to go through a process for it, and it starts with all these things, and slowly you become comfortable with that person. And then I think it's very important to feel comfortable to talk with the other person. Not awkward, not restricted, and okay, should I say this, should I not, I don't know what. So I think bridging that somewhere is really, really nice.
And like you coming from, हे चालेल का questions एवढे? I don't know. Okay, हाँ. नको मला नको काय. So you coming from a psychology background, you guys do this huge study of humans basically, and their mindsets, and what is right, what is wrong. Basically, without judging them, you do study that. You study the types of people and their mindsets. Choosing a partner, does that thought come in mind that I need to find out about his psyche, or something like that, or do you do it with the studies?
No, I avoid it big time. I don't want to get that anywhere here, because. But you know what, the study of human minds or psychology that I've been doing, it's taught me so many things that I have seen a lot of people around me who bring that as a filter every time, and it happens very unconsciously. It has happened with me also sometimes. When you just observe people and you don't judge them, obviously. You don't go and tell them that I think this is like that or something like that, but you get to know a few things for yourself. And I think it happens unconsciously sometimes, but it should be avoided.
I guess that was my question.
Yeah.
Does psychology brings its own filter while looking at not people as usual, not all the people, but like what you're considering as a partner, or considering as a companion, maybe.
I would love to, if it's going to be a partner, if it's going to be someone I'm in a relationship with, I would love to help that person in all kinds of way possible. And it's not just about, it's not mentally, or it's not related to him feeling certain way about anything, because I said it earlier also, it's like the bravest thing to do, asking for help, and I would give anything for a person who is in a relationship with me, help him in any manner, and equally ask for help from him. And judging somebody, not judging somebody is something that we are always taught, but it's a hard thing. You can't just stop judging people. It's very hard to not. In your mind, at least you do some sort of analysis in some or the other way. So completely cutting it down, I think personally that it's not possible. But being vocal about it is something in your hand. You don't go and tell it to people. You don't go and pin it in someone's face that I think this is really uncool of you, or I think you are like this, or you are that. You assuming something and being vocal about it that's where things go wrong. You can keep it in your mind. You can tell yourself that, okay, I shouldn't. This is not my space. I am assuming. I need to make things clear first and then jump to a conclusion.
Being a psychologist, maybe diagnosing something and judging something should be a balanced thing, I guess.
Yeah, I think that shouldn't come in between. That is one of this fear that I have. I don't want to drown inside it. I don't want to drown into studying it so much to a point where I keep that as a basis to look at people. I just studied this yesterday and this is what happens. It happens to us a lot, when we just started studying psychology. We were studying all these disorders, okay. We had abnormal psychology as a subject, and which was only about disorders. And the criteria of each disorder, we got to know that there are so many things that we have.
Yeah, you started diagnosing yourself. I shouldn't be studying this.
And it was really tiring and exhausting, but then we realized how each one of us has traits, and in a mild form maybe, and escalating, or they aggravate to a great extent, and then you call it a disorder. It's not a simple thing. It's not something that you should label someone off and think of for yourself also. It can be very exhausting and tiring for ourselves and others also.
I like how this turned into another podcast altogether. Well, I am not the host.
One podcast is happening there, one part of podcast is happening there.
क्या बैठा है? Like,
You are like,
where is this going right now?
cross my arms and I'll answer only when
I have nothing to do in this. मैं क्या बोलूँगा?
you continue.
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah.
Hoping so.
Yes. Thank you.
So that was the podcast. Priya, it was lovely to have you here. It's very rare that we have like someone who has beautiful brains, क्योंकि हम लोग के इधर सब लौंडे आते हैं, सब लौंडे भरे पड़े.
Pick up line.
Oh, nice.
Damn it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That was.
Yeah.
1 year after you'll get a call.
Okay. Anyways, that was the podcast, guys. My name is Mihir, and you're watching Veg Biryani.